Good morning, boys and girls. How are y'all out there in YouTube land? They're pretty good, I hope. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Well, getting on that roller coaster. 14 sales to 3 sales. That's right, 3 sales. He had like 4 overnight, so he's got about 3 already today. Kind of a crazy roller coaster eBay is. When you're a reseller, that's the way it goes. But hey, sales are sales, profit's profit, and a couple of them are pretty good ones. So we'll get into those, and then we're going to show you some sourcing that the cap guy did yesterday, and tomorrow he'll be yard selling because there's some pretty good yard sales out there. So if you didn't know already, this is the Cap Guy Show starring me. I'm JT. That's me. That's me. Me. And that's him. Silly Rabbit. That's the Cap Guy. Silly Rabbit. Tricks is for kids. Or Cap Guy's for kids. Because he's kid friendly. Right, Cap Guy? Yeah, that's right, JT. Anyway, we'll get on with the show. Again, it'll be a short show. No short jokes today. And we'll go from there. If you like the show, thumbs up. Hit that notification bell and subscribe button. We appreciate it. We're sitting at 273 this morning. We lost a couple yesterday. And we gained a couple. So, hey, on the way up. Hopefully we'll get some more and keep going. We appreciate y'all. And here we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, wait. That's somebody else's. Yes, sir. He's right. I had 3 sales. And one of the things I did is I got to... got my Kahana Village Maui visor on. I found it in my truck because my daughter's car, after getting fixed, transmission went out. So now it's basically a dead car because her car ain't worth that much. So anyway, when it rains it pours, and it ain't raining except on me. But hey, that's life, and we just move on. Of the sales I had, if you remember, I had some 8-track tapes I bought a few weeks ago, along with roller skates and some vintage caps and other stuff. And I bought 24 8-track tapes, and in my video I kept saying VHS. I don't know why, because I'm crazy, I guess. I paid $5 for all of them. And I had comped a few of them, and I kind of knew the value of a couple, but I didn't really seriously comp them until yesterday when I sat down. Sold comps on the 24 comes to $327 in what they've sold for on eBay. The most valuable being the Def Leppard High and Dry album 8-track tape. And then there was a Triumph that was worth about $43. The Kiss, I lotted those up for a little over $100 because there's about 8 in that lot. And a lot of them are in that anywhere from, I think the lowest end ones were the Blondie and the Pat Benatar, and I put them together for $11. So somebody asked yesterday, I think it was Terry, asked where I start my buy it now, high, low, in the middle. And my answer is I started at the high end. You can always come down, but if you start at the low end, you may get to sell quicker, and sometimes I do if I see a watcher and I haven't had it on that long. Again, it depends on what you have in it and what kind of profit's in it. And if I see a quick $40 profit, then I'll send an offer even though I may have it on the high end. It's just a gut feeling, and it's just the way I do things. It doesn't work for everybody, and I'm not a know-it-all about eBay or eBay reselling. I mean, you learn as you go, and I'll show you an example of that here in a minute on some stuff I sourced. I do start at the higher end, again, because as I go, I can move the stuff down, and if you get lucky enough, I went to the high end on the 8-track tape for the Def Leppard High and Dry. By the way, if you have the Pyromania, it's worth about $100, but I don't have that one. So this was the first item I sold, and it's the High and Dry. The label's not the greatest, and you can see that it originally was at what was it, something warehouse, sound warehouse, I think it was, 1980 something, 88 or 86. But it's I basically comped these at 40. No, what was it? 20 cents a piece, because that's what it came out to for $5 for 24 tapes. And I put it on eBay for $48 yesterday, and it sold pretty quickly to Australia. So, down under. And I'll take it all day long. So, that was my first sale. My second sale was this, and I bought 2 of these last week, and I already sold one. It's on the way. This is NCAA 6 for PlayStation 2. I got $15.50 for it, and I think I had 258 on this, so make a little bit there. And then the last thing I sold, and I got to scoot over because these are big. These are size 60. I paid last summer. I paid $5.44 for these, and they're Duke Command, brand new with tags. Size, I believe it's 60. Yeah, they're 60 waist pants. And they're brand new. But say some big bloomers there. So, anyway, I had a pair of 64s too, but they weren't new, but they were in good shape. So, I sold those a long time ago. But, like I said, some of the bigger sizes, I mean, I've sold I think it was like a 14X convict suit to somebody in the Netherlands. And I mean, almost as fast as I listed it. And I only picked it up because it was just so unusual to see that size. But it sold. So I don't know what they did with it, but I don't care once you buy it. So I sold those for $19 plus shipping. So I'll make some good money on those. And that was my sales. It was slow all day. And then during the night, I had 3 more sales. So I've already got 3 to go out, and they're decent ones. And one of them is one I listed yesterday as well. So now I'm going to show you what I sourced. Actually, I'm going to go into a story on one of them. I went to an estate sale last weekend here in the town I live in Yukon, Oklahoma. And a lot of it was antiques and collectibles that just don't know a lot about and I wasn't interested in. There were a couple that I thought were cool. So they wanted $60 for a couple of these. And the rest of they had CDs and DVDs. And I'm not interested in that stuff. I have plenty of that. Well, I saw Monday that they had been open and they had went down to 75% off on all the stuff in the store. Well, most of the stuff in the store, except the really, really high valuable stuff. And long story short, I contacted them because I had been talking to them about eBay and they're wanting to look at going into some eBay stuff, selling. And they said, let's meet. So we met yesterday. And when I went in, a couple of the things that I was interested in were still there. So they were asking $60 a piece, so that means they were $15 now. And so I went through some other stuff, and I was rifling through, and I came across this DVD, and it's Huey Lewis in the News Live 25. And this is from I don't even know if it's 19. But the reason I picked it up, because normally I wouldn't pick this up, I found a concert shirt at the Mustang estate sale the other day for this same concert. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take that back and entice that sale by putting this with it and selling it with the shirt. And maybe you get the DVD to remember the concert, and you got the shirt too, and it's an old shirt from, I think, early 2000s, like 2004. So I get it home and I start comping the things that I picked up. That thing's worth $50. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to show you the sold comps. Try not to hit the end button here. Huey Lewis in the News. There's the sold comp on it. Now this is the high end. And so I'm in that range with free shipping. And look here, Goodwill's the one that sold it. You think Goodwill ain't in this business? Yeah, they are. But there's a lot of them go from, I mean, there were a few that sold for like $18, but most of them sell for above $40. So $40 to $53, and I gave basically about $1 for that. So sometimes you just get lucky, and I had no clue it was even worth that much. I didn't comp it while I was looking at it. I'm trying to keep that glare off by not having these on. Maybe that'll help. And yeah, there you go. And anyway, so hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you get lucky and you pick up something you don't know the value of and you had an intention. I'm not going to put it with the shirt, obviously. I've already listed it, and hopefully it'll sell. They have sold recently, so we'll see. But it is what it is. So now I'm going to show you what I did source, and it's one of them is a new item that I've never bought before, and I have a private pick lady that I do stuff with storage cleanouts that had a huge collection, and I asked a couple of questions about them, and she said, "Oh yeah, some of those are worth a lot of money." And even if they're not, even if they're worth $8 to $15 a piece, I'm going to make a ton. So again, I won't keep you in suspense. I'll show you what I got. So here's the first item, and this is kind of what caught my attention. This is a Danbury Mint Airstream and Woody from 2005 collectible. And you can see there's tags still on it. They wanted $60 for that. And I just am enthralled with Airstream trailers and the whole nature scene. So I paid $15 for it, and I'm going to list it. I'm afraid of shipping it. And then the other one they had was the same kind of deal. This one's called the Toolbox, and I Tackle Box. I'm sorry, and I can't find a comp on it, but it's same thing. They wanted 60. I got it for 15. But somebody that fishes and likes the cabins in the country is going to want that. So that's why I picked those up. And then I also picked up, and I'm adjusting. This is a cassette audiobook, and the only reason I picked it up, it was sealed. This one's worth a little bit of money. This Johnny Cash, about $15, $20 CD. And then these DVD RAMs are worth about $25, and they're new. And then I got some little tapes over here, and I grabbed those. So that was all. Oh, and then this. And I didn't know what this was either. I thought it was kind of cool. And what I did the research, I found out it's called black pottery. It's from Mexico and I'm going to try to pronounce it, Oaxaca, down south. It's by Elena Cruz, and it's San Bartolo Coyotepec. And if you go on eBay and look up that San Bartolo Coyotepec, you will see it, and a lot of it goes for about $50. There's some pieces that go a little bit less, but this was just unique sales, and it's considered black pottery is what it's called, and it's hard. So I've already listed that on an auction starting at about $25, and again I paid about $1 for that. I gave $40 for all the stuff except for all these spoons, and they had them for $3 a piece. I said, look, I know you got 75% off. Make me a bundle deal and I'll buy them all, because I don't have a clue, and I was taking a chance. And the gentleman said, how about 150? And I said, and then he said 75% off. There's about 275 spoons here from all over the world. And I've sorted them, and I'm going to go into those in just a second. But basically he said, I'll do it for 100. And I said, you know what? I think 100 sounds fair, because it would have been 600 for about 300 spoons, and then 75% off would have been 150. He said, I'll do it for 100. So that's what I did. So I separated them by continent. So I've got Europe, and these are all Europe. Then I've got, those are states, just the U.S. states. Then I've got Russia. I believe those are... Oh, these are snow places like Park City and Snowmass and all those kind of places. These are all Australia and New Zealand. I mean, and these aren't recent. These are older. This is a Stewart, and this guy, looked him up. What's his name? Charles Stewart. He is Australian, and I don't know him because I don't know Australian history. That's a New Zealand one, Auckland. But there's a lot of them from all over Australia and New Zealand. Okay. And then I've got some from Asia. These are from like Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong. I've got them from Egypt and Israel. I've got them from Tahiti and Fiji and Bora Bora. These are all cities in the United States. So you got New York, and then I've got a Coca-Cola in here. That's from 1990, I think, 5. Let's see if I can find some cool ones. Here's Boston. Okay. And then here's, what's this one? And I have to look at these in the light. But you can see that one's got a dolphin on it. There's some really cool ones with New York on them. So again, and then these are the Grand Canyon, and where else did I find? There's some Canadian. I've got some from some other places, and then I got a few that the pieces have fell off, but I've got the spoons, and so I've got those separated. There's old Elvis, thank you very much. And then Bobby Vinton, Branson, Missouri. Several in the Grand Canyon. So again, I gave 100 for all of them. And when I was comping them, and I comped a few of them last night, it looked like they were going anywhere from, I mean, $6, $7, kind of on the low end. There were a few that were for less than that, but these are older. These aren't something recent that they picked up. And then all the way up, I saw $20 ones, and I haven't gone through them, but the lady, I contacted her and said, look, I know you know more about these than I do. I've got a ton of them. And she said, you could have some that are worth $100. And I said, well, I'm going to be going through them, but it's just $275. I mean, that's like doing Matchbox cars. Part of me goes, why did I pick those up? But let's just say they're all worth $10 each. That's $2,700 off of 100. That's why I did it. And so the first one I comped when I decided to make the decision was a $15 one, and I went, even if I get lower than that and higher than that, I mean, it's all going to average out, and if it averages out to $10 a piece, then that's a big deal. So when I get out of this, I'm going to set up a chart kind of like Kevin does, and I'm going to chart this actual sale for the spoons, because I want to know as I go. I usually kind of know, but when you're doing this many, I don't know. I mean, I may lot them up, all Australia, I mean, I ain't figured it out. It's how much people will spend to collect stuff, and there are some really cool ones in there. There's some that, there's Texas Sesquicentennial, which was the 1986, the 150 anniversary of Texas being not a state. Their independence in 1836. They became a state in 1845. Anyway, I'll get off that, and I'm going to get on with what I got to do. I got to package this stuff. I haven't packaged any of it. I only had 3. And I'm going to go ahead and get the other 3 out that sold last night during the night that I'll go over tomorrow. My video will probably be late because I will be out early, because there is a couple of yard sales that interest me that I need to get to early. So my video will be a little later tomorrow, but I will make one, as I always do. And y'all have a great day. Thanks always, as always, for the support, the kind words, the comments. I appreciate it. Man Matt Link, I hope you enjoyed Ernie. I saw you delivered. Or I hope Mom enjoyed Ernie. I saw he delivered, and hope you do an unboxing. I like watching your unboxing videos. But y'all have a great day. Thanks again, and I hope you learned something. If you did, thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. There is money in this. Just got to do it. Have a great day, folks.